Okay, so select by color range is a quick and dirty way to select stuff. Okay, so oftentimes when you're working for whoever, they'll send you like a template like this, but they're jerks and they send it as just like a merged down, unlayered file. So in this case, this one's just a PDF, and this one's just a JPEG. So and you're supposed to like make the art interact with like this title and like make elements weave like above the typography or below the typography, and it doesn't make your job easy when they just give you a JPEG of it. So like I was saying before, it's great if you can send the art director a simplified layer file, especially when they have to do something like this, like make the person's head go behind this O or make it go above the O, and then another element go above or below the typography. They'll love you for it because they don't have to go in and do tedious selections and stuff on your final merged art. But in this case, in most cases, they don't give you that. So I could go with the magic wand in here, but now, so what I want to do is get all this red and the black on its own layer so I can do sketches behind the typography. So I took the magic wand and I just magic wanded in here, but as you can see, there's a bunch of little artifacts that are left. Like now I have to go individually into here and into here. And so it's getting all that white that we're going to eliminate. But now I have to go into these individual letters. And then now I have to go into all of these individual letters in the interior parts. So, if I press delete right now, it's leaving, the middle of all these letters and stuff in here. And it's just not as fast as doing select by color range. Okay, so I've deselected, Command D to deselect. So now I'm going up here to select color range. So now I'm gonna do sampled colors. So it's gonna select whatever I sampled. So here you can see the eyedropper. I'm clicking on this red, and it's easy because it's one flat graphic color red. So you can see there it's selected all the red. But maybe this, again, I wish you could make it bigger because you can't, it's not grabbing in there for some reason. So I'm gonna increase the fuzziness a little. And now it's grabbing all the red. So I say, okay, it's got all the red. I'm gonna do Command Shift J. So it does layer via cut, as you can see over here. So it put all that red I selected on its own new layer. So it cut it and put it on its own layer. Now I'm hiding this, but unfortunately, there's still the black is still there. So let me try again, because you can add to that selection. I'm going to select color range. So it's kept the last selection, which is all that red. And now over here is a cool thing. You can do the plus symbol here. So now I can additionally select the black, and it's added it to the selection. So this is a one-time selection. So then if I click here to select red on just the one-time sampler, the black goes away. And again, if I do it on the black, then the red goes away because it just samples once. But if you do the plus sampler, it adds to the selection. And then of course, if you change your mind, you don't want the black, you do the -1. Oh, I had to do it a couple times, but it minuses the black. Okay, so I'm doing plus sampling. This also works for the magic wand too. The magic wand. Okay, so now I've got all of that selected, doing Command Shift J, putting it on a new layer. So there you can see I've got all that typography quickly on its own layer. And now, now I can do sketches behind the typography, and not be worried about the type and running into it and have to be careful and tiptoe around it. So that's a quick way to select stuff. Select color range. And then here is a PDF file, another one for LA Magazine, dragging and dropping it into Photoshop. So PDFs, when you open them in Photoshop, you'll get this import PDF menu. There's a second page. If you can see, it's not important because I'm just doing this page. So I don't want to select this page with the blue outline here. I just want this one. If you did want to import more than one, you can always hold Shift down, and now the blue markers around both of them, which means it'll open both of them in Photoshop. But for now, I just want this one. The blues around here. This is just a sketch, so a lot of this is less important, and I'm just going to say okay. Now it's in Photoshop, and I want to do select color range. And then let's say you go shadows, and it's getting the buzz and okay, I'll go over that in the next one. So it's getting that, but maybe we want the white also. I'm going to click on here to get the black. Going to add. Let's get the white also. And then let's get this blue also. Now it looks like completely white here because the fuzziness is up all the way. Okay, so I found that didn't work out very well getting the black and the white at the same time, so I'm going back to just get the white. Okay. And now I'm gonna cut and paste that onto a new layer, Command Shift J. And so now, just one more example, getting all that on its own layer. I'm just gonna merge this together to simplify because it's just a template, and then of course you can label it template or something, and hide and show it as you need to. So there you go, color range. Oh no, there's one more thing I want to show. Okay, color range is also useful in this way. Let's say, for some reason they want like a special edition red Raphael and not green. And so you can go to color range, sample colors, you could say. So I'm going to click right here on like this middle tone. And if you do the fuzziness slider, you can see here it's selecting very little of the tone I just picked, but if I slide the slider, it's starting to expand its selection to further tones that are closer around it. And all the way, you start getting into selecting the shell, which is like brown, and I don't want that. I want just the green. So you got to fiddle with this a little to see what tolerance you can get. So let's say okay to that. You see that it selected, it didn't get the dark parts, the dark shading parts, and I want that. So now I'm gonna undo that, go back to select by color range. It kept my last selection, but now I'm gonna change this to plus so I can start adding to the selection. Okay, and then I say okay. Now you can see it got a lot more of it. It didn't get the highlight part though. And I'm pressing Command H to hide and show these marching ants. So let's just do it one more time. Select color range. It kept my last selection. I'm gonna go to add again, and now I'm gonna click on some of these highlights here. You can see that last one was a little too much, so I did Command Z. Yeah. If I do that, you can do Command Z to go back. What, did it just lose my whole selection? Oh, okay. Okay, so now let's do it. So that's pretty good. Good enough for what we want for this. Hue and saturation layer I'm gonna add. Now I'm gonna crank it down to like red, kind of, and increase saturation. Okay, red. Okay, so, and then this is why, you use a layer mask, because you can see it did change some of this shell a little bit red or towards red, which you don't want. And that's when you just go into the mask and mask that out. And I guess it rightfully did grab it because it is slightly green. Let's just say you don't want that, so you just mask it out. And there, you can quickly use color range. Yeah, so that's it.